All right, get this party started. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. So, like I said, we are over the $90 mark, which is amazing and super good sign. It's a positive move, but now we got to get over this $100 threshold, and it's that simple. There is no choice but to succeed. And that is the thing. When you rule out failure as an option completely, well, then you have no choice but to succeed. Now, do you? And that's the way that we do it over here, down yonder. That's right. Over here, we make sure we succeed no matter what. All right. So, like I said, it ain't about how much money you make. It ain't about your little meaningless job. It's about making a real change. It's about the effect that you have. It's about the impact that has been made. You understand? And I sure as hell have made one because I'm smart, right? Like I said, some people love it, some people may not. It is what it is. It's kind of the way it goes with me, regardless, right? But we're going to stay doing us and stay doing the impossible on every level, regardless. Regardless. You understand? Batman is like James Bond, literally. And just the truth, man. I've always been like this. You know, James Bond didn't play when he was, doing what he had to do, did he? No, he didn't care. He looked right at him with the same look I had. Like, I'm uncontrollable and I do what I want and that's it. And this is going to go my way. And that's being a real American. Just the truth. That's what it all comes down to. The whole thing is when it comes time to go, are you going to stand up for real or not? You know what I mean? Like I said, man, this is my country. It's my country. I make the rules and everything, and I do what I want to do. So, like I said, none of these folks is going to get away with the crimes they've committed or the things they've done or the laws that they've broken, right? They all going to be held accountable regardless. You understand? All that other nonsense, who cares? Like, yeah, the man is standing on business. He stands up, right? He stood up to everybody and he won. That's what he's supposed to do. That's my job. So, like I said, it just goes to show people don't know what they're talking about. Hold on one second. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I be looking at people's posts. I pay attention to everything, man. And I hear the same thing every day. I see the same result. I see the same thing every day when it comes to these companies and these corporations and all of corporate America. And like I said, what you have to understand is they've basically they've all broken the law a million ways but sundown. It's time to hold them accountable, all of them. They've been making money and making a living off of us and our hard work for decades, and all that comes to a stop now. You understand? Yes, this is about a man who's really standing up, who's had enough on every level, and that's what it took. That's why, to me, I feel like it's God's work. I feel like it's God's will. You know, God let my enemies do all this. He told me word for word. Wasn't too happy about that, but I understand. I've come to more of an understanding about it. It's a hard thing to understand, but then again, is it really? Because had I not gone through the things that I've gone through, how would I become as strong as I have? See, that's the thing. I don't look at life the way that all y'all do. See, that's the thing. That's why folks trying to talk to me, you're wasting your time. We don't have the same standards. You can't create my goalpost, much less move it. Oh, for real. Because we got different goals. Hold up. And you at the level I'm at, just within life, within spirituality, within my journey with God, with knowing myself, this is all about pushing me past my limits. It's all about pushing myself. You know what I mean? It's all about getting to greater plateaus. You see me doing it with the lifts physically. It's about mental and emotional and spiritual strength as well. But that's why for me, I don't have a choice in anything. I have to roll with God's plan no matter what. No matter what it is, no matter how hard it may be, no matter how impossible. I'm just the vessel being used. You know? Like I said, I haven't made a mistake. God speaks through me. So whatever I said, oh, it's 100% real, and I mean every word. It's God talking to y'all. That's what you got to understand. I done told folks what it is. And you see every prediction that I ever made coming true right now. Every day. Every day we see the same result. Everything that I say, everything I predicted, it's all coming true. There's tons of corrupt officials getting arrested, going to prison. Corruption was at an all-time high everywhere, not just here. Here we go. There's some honks. Not just here, all over the country and the world. Finally, the chickens are starting to roost. And finally, karma has just been coming right and left every day. Every day I'm seeing it. Nobody said that this would be easy, especially making a stand like this. Nobody said it'd be easy, but God said he'd be with me. He said he'd be with me through everything. I feel like he's always been there with me. Always. So that's the thing, it's different. Most people, they don't have to worry about nothing. They don't have distress. They don't got to worry. They don't got to go through things. But I've always been going through something, man. My life, I'm always going through something. And I don't see that as a bad thing. It's like the lady said, sometimes God lets folks with very little faith have it very easy because it's not a good thing. It becomes like a prison. That's the thing. All of you who don't think you have any problems, or life is easy and everything is easy for you and you ain't got to do much. And that's the way I look at a lot of these people, like here and elsewhere. And it's mostly the ones who jelly at me because, well, They don't have a purpose, though. See what I'm saying? It's a give and a take. You know, I learned to embrace the struggle, man. I fell in love with the struggle a long time ago, and I always have purpose in my life. Not just because of that, but I feel like they go hand in hand. 100%, I feel like they go hand in hand. You know, life is it's a very complex thing. Life is a beautiful thing. It's a blessing. You know, and these folks who they don't care about nothing, they're making huge mistakes every day, man. I'm trying to tell you the truth. Everybody's going to be held accountable in a court of law in every way, shape, and form. And a lot of folks is going to have to answer to me. And that's the thing y'all don't understand. I think that what God's going to do for me is give me all this money and blessings and put me in a position he doesn't have his lights on. I guess it's not totally dark yet, so it's all good. But you're good, right? But I'm just messing around. But I mean, how do I put it? I mean, I think God's going to put me in a position where he's going to give me all this money. And I think he's just going to, I'm already completely sovereign. I think he's just going to give me supreme power over corporate America, over companies. I think I'm going to be able to decide everything basically. And that's the point. Like, y'all don't understand. God told me I will build a table for you before your enemies. He said all these things. He literally said word for word what it is. All of it I don't want to go into right now. He said a lot with me. I mean, he said word for word. He explained what's going to happen already. That's why for me, nothing is a surprise. You know, and, you know, that's the thing. I'm the real Batman. I mean, I don't wear this stuff for no reason. This is real. It's like you see all this traffic is real I got to deal with every day. All this is real. And I have to cloak myself like this anyway, because spiritually, because I have a light. I am the light. And that's the point. It has to be cloaked. It has to be hidden. It has to be cloaked within darkness. I've mastered the light and the dark, the day and the night. Like, all this is about my spiritual ascension. All of this. All of this is about me ascending. It has been this whole time. I've ascended, I feel. But I'm trying to get through new levels and new plateaus. I'm trying to push farther than anyone. I already did the impossible, but I'm trying to do more. That's the thing y'all don't get. Like, every day, that's the thing. We have different goals. Y'all are worried about this matrix and your little rules and your little fake power and trying to impress that stuff upon whoever you can. And, you know, it's called a quiet desperation. It's what Carly Fiorina has. You know, it's not a good look. It shows desperation. That's all it is. So at the end of the day, I'm not worried about this matrix. I'm worried about making sure I'm completely free of it. That's the point. You know, y'all wake up, you spend your time. Well, most of you will spend your time watching me, worried about what I'm doing. You know, a lot of people want to live vicariously through me, but they can't. It's not possible. You know, a lot of people, they wake up every day, they worry about money. They worry about a job. They make their job like everything. Like, why would you make something that has you in that position everything to you? My everything is Christina. Just that simple. Always will be, always has been for eternity. I knew I was looking for Christina my entire existence, literally my entire life. I've literally been looking for her. I've known it since I was yay high. I've known it. So for me, it's the biggest deal ever. I went through hell to get to her. Real talk. She matters to me. It says right now in a reading, Divine Confirmation, it says, watching you get this blessing, and they can't have it. Of course, none of you can have it. This isn't your blessing. This is my life, my blessing. We're completely privatized. Like, nothing will change this. Nothing. It can't. Whatever I go through, I just go through. I got to go through it on my own. And, Christina's with me regardless. And until I have her with me in person and she rescues me and saves me out of all this nonsense and chaos, just like God told me he's coming to snatch me out of the chaos. I believe in God's word, man. I'm not talking about God's word in the sense of just the Bible. Like, the Bible's cool, but that was the thing. I never really read my Bible much. I believe God is all about within you. You know, nothing against it. I want to get more into it. I believe in the Word of God, but I'm saying the Word of God in the sense of the word he literally gave me, the promise he made to me. He made me a lot of promises. And I believe he's going to keep every single one of his promises. I know he will. That's why I tell y'all every day what it is that I'm going to be rich. I'm not trying to get rich for me. God wants to make me rich because he knows I'm going to help everyone. God wants to make me rich because I'll change the world. I don't care about money. I look at money as a tool and resource. God said specifically, he said, I know you look at money as a tool. All these are actual words, okay, that are printed, whether it be on a phone, virtual, on paper, all this stuff. He says it word for word. I get messages sent to me. It's crazy. So, like I said, I'm not in control of this rodeo, man. That's what y'all got to understand. I submitted to God. I surrendered to God. I gave it all to God. I know I'm not in control, but hell, none of us are. And the sooner that y'all realize that and come to the realization and get a grip and realize that you're not in control either of anything, the more comfortable you'll be with yourself and with life. You understand? That's why folks are like, how is he dealing with this much? And he walk around like nothing's bothering him, like Eminem said. He said, you see me walk around like nothing's bothering me, even though half you people got a problem with me. You hate it, but you know the respect you got to give me, the presses, right? That's the same boat I'm in. They can't stand it, but they know they got to give me my respect. They can't stand it, but they know they got to pay homage now. They can't stand it, but they know they got to give me my accolades and my rewards and what it is. I don't want fake trophies. I want money. Cut the check. That's what I want. Go ahead and give me my check. I want my money. Send me over $50,000. These people, it's hilarious, man. I'm talking about over 50 grand. Mr. Wofford starts talking about an imaginary 300,000. Just every day begging, like, people just going to send you astronomical amounts of money when you haven't done anything to earn that. What do you mean? Like I said, you got to be a good person to win, brother. You still don't get it, do you? Still talking about hoopla nonsense. Hippity hoopla. Same hoopla nonsense that doesn't exist. Now you're talking about that same hype dream. Talking about you going to get a van. Oh, it's only $800. Yeah, that is cheap for a van. So what do you mean it's nice? It's not nice if it's 800 bucks, bro. That's common sense. Anything worth 800 bucks for a van, it's not nice. It's 800 bucks. Okay? And you just, this dude, it amazes me. He'll just talk like money is there that's not there, and yet it doesn't work for him. Like, he's not materializing wealth like we are, like I do. He hasn't succeeded ever. Me, I've materialized millions of dollars in front of y'all. I'm about to do it all over again. All over again. Turn on my light, since they're conveniently right here. Man, I've succeeded time and time and time again, over and over. Put my thumb up. Give them the thumbs up. They can go ahead. But yeah, I mean, if your formula hasn't worked, then, well, your formula just hasn't worked. Oh, man, that's a cool statue. I literally just noticed that. It's a lion like I am. Yeah, if your game plan is successful, you'll find out and you'll know real quick. Like I said, it's all within you, brother. You either know how to build a business or you don't. You either know how to succeed or you don't. You either know how to be a boss or you don't. You either stand up and know how to be a man or you don't. All this has to be instilled in you, usually from your father, but it has to be instilled in you day one. And if you just don't have the tools that it takes to succeed, you're not going to. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned about life, about everything. What I've learned is that God is truly in control. God is always in control. And that's what I believe I'm a walking testament of true faith, of faith and exercising faith, and for people to see that God truly is in control. Like I said, he's also, I believe in the process, he said that he was going to prove to the world and show the world that regeneration is possible, which hopefully is what I'm on to at this point. I'm hoping. Trying my best to figure that out. You see me try this entire time span. And I've been Batman the entire time. My story is like no other. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up. And that's why this nonsense that folks are talking, it's nonsense. Like, you got to be fair, bro. Like, do you have any clue what I've been through? And you think, like I said, that I'm not going to make it clear my position? Like I said, man, when I work for something, what I work for is mine, and it's just that simple. It's not in anybody else's control. That's the thing folks don't get. People can make up stories, they can lie, they can say whatever, but it's not what happened. It's not reality. The reality is I own all my stuff and nobody can tell me what to do with it. It's just that simple. And anything else like that, like I said, it's all documented, right? It can be brought up in court. When I file these lawsuits anytime I want, I can file separate lawsuits for all these companies and entities that I'm coming up against. And, then they're going to ask these questions and they're going to be like, so, I mean, how is that fair to him if he owns something? If he paid for it and he created it and he spent all these years working hard as hell, how would you have that right? Oh, wait, you don't. See, I already know I'm in the right. That's the thing. The devil will lie and the devil will try to plant seeds of doubt. But I know I'm in the right, and I know whatever I build and create, that's independently mine. Like I said, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I've never had a middleman involved in anything I do. And that's my whole point. My objective was to make sure that I don't have to deal with a middleman. Objective accomplished. See, that's the thing. That's the thing is I can go to any retailer, any distributor for anything I need. And the thing with me is I'm so smart. I figure out what I do is I study the system, right? Completely. So I study the game and then I pay attention to the retailers and the distributors depending on what product I'm dealing with, right? And I'm giving you jewels here. You might want to write this down and listen. The way to succeed with business is to make sure that you're not having to deal with any middleman. So you have to go to source, right? You have to. Even Frank Lucas, an American Gangster, what did he do? He went to the source. They said, "You're going to go out there to the jungle, Frank?" He said, "Yep." He said, "I want to go straight to it. I want to go to the source." Because of the same thing, because anyone who's anybody who has a mind, especially a business mind or a gangster mind, understands you can't have a middleman for anything. See, this is about truth at all costs. This is about, it doesn't matter what y'all are even talking about, because at the end of the day, the gangster is making his moves and I'm going to get the result I want no matter what. Like I said, every time that folks try to slow me down or worry about things I already have and attained, they open doors for me, okay? Just like portals open for me to gain more, okay? And this is literally what you've done now. Like, I don't think you understand the capacity of what you've truly done. Like, this is big. And like I said, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna be able to grab whatever's mine on the back end anyway. That's the thing. I already know I am. At some point, when I have the money and God gives me all the money, my whole deal is just when I'm going through this phase and this period of stagnation, why should I lose anything? Like, I never really lost anything. I don't know what folks is talking about. I haven't lost anything. I had people basically rig and manipulate everything, but once I get money, it's all an easy fix. Once we get money again, like real amounts of money, like the millions of dollars Christina's already negotiated that we're guaranteed, it's a wrap, man. We're about to have more money than anyone in this entire neighborhood. And this is one of the richest neighborhoods in America. We're about to have more money than anyone. We're about to have so much money that, like, I mean, first thing I'm doing is leaving this place, and me and Christina and I are getting the hell out of here. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. We're going to go have fun and live life and travel. That's number one. And we're going to New Orleans. So, like I said, when I come back, these folks over here are going to be looking at me like, is that you? Like, is that the same dude? Like, yeah, back where I need to be. Like, back where I need to be, all cleaned up and with all this money again, like I've deserved this entire time and I earned. See, I never whined and complained. I never even asked for anything really. Only thing I ask now is for God to help me and give me some finances enough to get things going on a different level. But I also understand that in the great scheme of things and the grand scheme of things, he's probably doing this to protect me from stuff because there's a lot going on in the world, but I'm ready to go, man. I want to get this show on the road. I want to get involved. I mean, I heard there was some stuff happened up in Minneapolis today that I'm not happy about concerning a Catholic church too, which is, I mean, got the devil written all over it. I'm not happy about that. See, stuff like that I could actually stop from happening. I save lives for real, and that's my thing. I'm gonna have to help Minneapolis too out at some point. Try to help everywhere out, all these cities, all these states. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna be booked, man. I'm gonna have a lot of work to do. It'll be all about just Christina and I. I'll create, times and I'll make time for the Batman thing on the side, but it's about us and her. But I am going to be working and I'm going to be fully booked. I'm going to have a whole lot to do. And I really would like to create something where when I get these alerts, I'm hopefully able to try to react to them in time. Sometimes I may have to look into systems that will show me the alerts quicker, or where I have like a live feed so I can see everything going on. And that's the thing. I have to be like in that city and state, hopefully to, be able to, you know, get there in time. Okay. So I'm going to be booked. I'm going to have a lot of work to do. God is going to show me the way. I already know. I'm a prophet. I have gifts. I have intuition on a whole nother level. I just know that I'm just going to know what to do at the right time. I'm going to know when to act, and I'm going to help people, and I'm going to save lives, and I'm going to help people. It's just that simple. Hold on. So, like I said, right now we're doing great, bro. We're doing great. We weren't really given a budget yet. We weren't given any resources. This is the stagnation period, and this was ordained by God. That's what y'all don't want to listen to. This is part of God's plan. So for me to hustle this well and still do this well this entire time, and support not only myself but to run this business and project for over 2 years, going on 3, and be this successful as Batman in a period of stagnation is amazing. I mean, I've ate this entire time, man. Somehow, some way, I've figured out a way through and through. Like I said, I need everybody to donate right now. And that's the thing, these folks, they're trying to copy my methods, but they don't even know how to ask properly, how to build something that people want to support of their own accord. I mean, a lot of times, sometimes when folks donate, I don't even have to tell them. Folks do that of their own accord, all the time. So it's like I said, people see that I need help, I need the support. I provide a service here, I deserve to get compensated correctly. We just call it help to be nice because we're talking normally. You know what I mean? But it's not really what it is. It's just what I'm owed. It's support for what I do. I deserve that. So, you know, like I said, people, they can't do nothing, man. They want to copy my methods. I mean, like I said, you can talk all day, but I got facts. For everything you talk about, I got a building. That's what the same thing like T.I. said, but he was a Mason who didn't own nothing. He said, I got some buildings I can sell you. Like, yeah, right. Like, y'all don't know nothing about independence, even or real estate. You were never successful. What are you talking about? None of them folks. But us, we really are successful. We live differently than y'all. Y'all live off everything that's borrowed and fake credit and an illusion, and we buy everything cash. We're not the same. I mean, I've run circles around everyone financially. You can ask anyone on here if they're honest with themselves. They're going to tell you, yeah, when we saw him first on YouTube, he was filthy rich. You know what I mean? And he's made moves his entire life. He's 36 and retired, basically. And he still owns more equity than everybody. The dude is a genius. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the hardest thing when you get a little older and you've been through life and all this real stuff and you've been a thug and a gangster, much less in the mob. To be able to say that I have what I have still is impossible. It's beyond incredible. That's what folks don't get. You got to give me credit. Like, that's what I'm saying. No, nothing I got is going, bro. Still, I'm still going to win. You know what I mean? And that's like I said, no, I've approached everything right. I know my civil rights. I know what it is. I know the rules that everybody has to follow in this country and that I have to follow none. And I'm making a stand and I'm doing it right. And I'm super proud of myself for it. Real talk. So, end of the day, I mean, these folks don't get, you can't do nothing but help me. Seriously. It's God's plan. Whatever God wills for me, I feel like that's what it'll be. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things in this plan, trust me, that had he asked me, I would have said, hell no. There's been a ton of stuff I don't like. It's always what I don't like. I became used to it. I just got used to it and said, I mean, clearly it's going to be hard, but they're saying everything's getting easier now. I think we good, man. I think I'm good in the books. I think I'm free and clear. I think I'm straight. I think that the devil is just very upset. And I think they know that, yeah, he's standing up to all of us and he has every right to. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. I'm an easy guy to get along with, man. People who know me already know what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm a good dude, man. All you got to do is talk to me right, man. Just talk to me with respect. But that's, that's a given. You're going to do that. So, end of the day, like I said, I'm a hustler. I'm a provider. I'm doing everything right. I mean, just got to keep pushing. We up over $90. We're going to get over this $100 threshold next and create this check so I can have a check coming in next month, meaning that my business is again super successful, ultra successful, right? And you all are still pretty much doing nothing. You all are all still pretty much in the same boat, right? So, like I said, if people are trying to copy my outline and blueprint, that's all good, but let me teach you something. You ain't going to get no van for free, bro. Okay? And the red triangles are not going to donate you no $800. They ain't got money like that. So you can go ahead and give it up, bro, and quit with this nonsense. I mean, you're literally trying to piggyback off of me because people are whatever how they feel for no reason. That's crazy, brother. You're trying to build an actual career off that, right? The hell is this? Trying to build a whole career off that, and that's evil as it gets. And you don't think that karma's coming for that? See my point, brother? You're eating right off of what I've been through. Do you understand that? You know exactly what you're doing. You think it's cute, right? Like, that's crazy. And then to not get anywhere with it still is just funny as hell. to wonder and ask, why is this karma happening? Oh, gee, you can't see what you're doing, dude? You can't see your actions? I mean, brother, you're working with an illegal organization. They have no way around this stuff. Like I said, my lawyer is going to pull all the phone calls anywhere, and I'm going to prove my point that all these companies are working with illegal organizations. It's a fact. I'm going to prove it. And regardless, either way, you have no right to tell me what to do with what I own. No. And to stop me from being able to pay for what I own or have what I paid for and what I create, hell no. No, you just messed up. You just made another huge mistake. And I've done everything right. So see, you basically took the bait. That wasn't bait because I'm genuine. It was all legit and a smart approach. But that's my thing. These folks don't get. I outsmarted all of you. Real talk. You're just coughing up the evidence that I need in the future. That's all you're doing all day long. You understand? So I don't know what else to tell you, bro. So end of the day, man, I'm gonna keep on being the genius I am. I'm gonna keep on succeeding, and anything they try to pull these little weird tricks and stuff, and anything they're trying to have me lose or take from me, I mean, God is going to give me 800,000 infinity million times that. So good luck, man, because these blessings, they're going to be huge, because they said I got different rules than every other human being in existence. That's what you said, and I have concrete proof of it. Everything y'all say and send me, that's all proof for court. Like I said, brother, it works one way. When I own something, I own it. You cannot judge or dictate anything concerning what I own. This is why I build things myself independently and I work hard, brother. So, like I said, they're going to tell you the same thing in court. We're going to win. Watch. Because that's the American way. Work hard and build your empire. Like I said, this is already an empire, man. These people can never come close. Easy.